Hello YouTube! Here we are yet again, the Kingpin of Cinema and the QB999.
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
With another recent movie review, although this wasn't a huge release, but it's an old favorite. It's a franchise that's been going on for years. And they've been milking this one dry.
I think it was milked dry by number 2. And what film are we talking about? Predators!
The opposite of Aliens, apparently.
Though they're both aliens and they're both predators. To quote Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation, he makes a good point. But anywho, what did we think of the movie?
It was okay.
I didn't like it. He thought it was okay. I'm just kind of like, what's the point? What's the fucking point of watching this? You might as well watch the first one. Okay, my brother put it the best way, describing this movie. He basically was just said, you know, you got a dead predator on the ground, dead predator, and all the film producers and execs are dressed as shamans dancing around it, trying to invoke the spirit of the first movie. And that's basically all this movie is. You might as well run around in a circle a few times and watch the first Predators movie.
Honestly, I have a lot of complaints about it, but I still liked it. What can I say? Maybe it's because I went and saw it with my brother and my dad, and it's always just fun going and seeing a movie with them because we talk through it, and so that just makes it more fun, but... Oh, alright, first off, my big complaint. Why the fuck is there... Can we not see more than 3 Predators on the screen at one time? In a single movie. I mean, we got... Okay, Alien vs. Predator. There were only 3 Predators in that movie. Fine, you know, they're testing themselves. They've grown up, become adults, hit puberty. In the second Aliens vs. Predator, you have one fucking Predator that decides to go and take care of it all by himself. Because, you know, his homies are all getting drunk, getting BJs.
They're busy.
They're busy. And in this one, I thought there were going to be a shitload of Predators because of the trailer. You see the main character staying there, and just... the target after target starts appearing on him. You think, like, god damn, there's like 20 Predators there. But no, again, you only get 3.
I just gotta ask this question real quick. How does a Predator give a BJ to another Predator of those mandibles?
Very carefully.
It must be.
you put corks on.
Anyhow, basically... You know, I'm going on like a broken record here. This movie, like, it literally takes entire sequences from the first movie and just copies it.
Pretty much.
And even, like, same characters. Okay, in the first movie, you had Jesse Body Ventura toting around a huge Gatling gun. What do we have in this one? A big Russian dude with a Gatling gun. We get a moment where humans fall into a human-made trap. You get that in this one. You get a moment where somebody's falling off a waterfall. You get that in this one.
Actually, you get that one in stereo.
you get a moment where a guy's covered in mud meleeing a predator. Well, you get that in this one. A bunch of fire. More fire.
You get an ethnic person fighting a predator one-on-one in melee combat.
Yeah, like invoking his ethnic heritage to fight it. Though it was handled much better in the first one.
Well, in the first one, there wasn't much of a fight, apparently, since it just cuts away and you hear him scream.
Which was effective. Which was more effective than what it did in this movie.
A cliché samurai scene.
Which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. This sequence, this fight sequence, couldn't have been any more stock. Any more stock samurai battle sequence. They had, like, the whole checklist. Okay, badass samurai dude with a sword. Check. Fighting an enemy. Check. And then you get the moments where, like, they, like, stare each other down.
The wind's blowing through the field.
And they're in a grassy field, too. Check. They stare each other down and, you know, sizing each other up. Oh! Clash! Clash! Back off.
Charge again.
Change battle stance. Charge again. Clash! Clash! Nothing happens. We do it a third time. Oh! The Predator gets a hit in. Oh, now the samurai dude's like, okay, I got this fucker. Comes in. Clash! Clash! He hits the Predator. Now they've each drawn first blood. And then they come in for a last time. Oh! They both die.
Of course, the Predator dies first, but then the samurai guy,
then he dies, which is check. And then the camera, like, pans up. It's like the camera's looking down on him, dead in the grassy field with the wind blowing. The last thing they needed was cherry blossom leaves flowing in the wind.
There are things just ripped. Another thing they ripped out of the first movie was the music, apparently.
Yeah, they just recycled all the music.
I didn't notice, but I thought the music was very bizarre. They're walking through the forest, and the music sounded like something you'd hear in Scooby-Doo. It just didn't fit for me.
And also, like, all these humans that are on this planet are, like the most professional soldier
And then you get
killers.
the guy from that 70s show who's supposed to be, like, just a doctor. I mean, you don't believe for a second that he's just a normal doctor. I mean, he doesn't belong there. And even when you find out his true story where he's a serial killer, he still doesn't belong. You don't believe for a second he has a survival instinct and ability to even be there. I don't understand why the Predators even grabbed him. Okay, he's a serial killer that knows herbology. It doesn't really come into play that much.
Well, he's there mostly for the comedy relief.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, you got all these professional, like, soldiers and killers. Why the fuck are you walking through the forest all bunched together? A predator could just drop right in the middle of them and kill them all.
Yeah, but it didn't.
But it didn't, because they're fucking stupid and have a sense of fair play, I guess.
I don't know. And they felt the need to introduce, predators aren't scary enough. So what do we need? Bigger predators.
You know the predator from the first one? Well, he's a bitch compared to these guys. They're bigger and meaner. Though they seem to die just as easily.
Pretty much. Just smack it in the face a couple times, it begins to cry, and then you just decapitate it.
They don't feel any more threatening than the first movie.
They're just... I guess you're supposed to feel it because a normal predator fights the big one, but then loses.
So that was a pointless sequence. Lawrence Fishburne is completely wasted in this movie. One of the more interesting characters to come along, and then he's like completely squandered. They do nothing with him.
One thing I did think was funny in this one was that they actually tied it to the first movie. They actually tied it to the first movie where the one was going like, oh, we don't know a name for them yet, but once, a long time ago, there was a man in a jungle who came across this with his platoon and killed it by covering himself in mud.
So stupid. She gives like the stupidest, like most forced
synopsis of the first movie.
Exhibition so unneeded for this movie. It's like they really couldn't have done anything different.
Another huge complaint I gotta get to is the graphics. I mean, the Predators look good because they use conventional graphics.
They use practical effects. They're in costume, which is still cool to look at today as it was back in the 80s.
But with a lot of the explosions, and even the green alien blood for the Predators, that's all CGI, and it looks so fucking fake.
And there's even a moment where they fight the big Predator dogs, and they're all shooting at them, and it looked like I was watching a Sci-Fi Channel. Like, you don't feel like anything's getting hit. These dogs have, like, no weight to them.
You have a guy with a shotgun, a guy with a minigun, a guy with 2 Uzis.
They can't fucking hit anything.
It's like a noob in Modern Warfare 2 that goes like, I see him!
Oh, God!
I don't understand why I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was probably because of who I saw it with, but...
So I think you're more entertained with the people you went with than you were by the movie.
Probably.
Because when I was watching the movie, I was honestly bored with it. I'm like, I should have just went home and watched the first one. So much better.
Anyway, this is probably a skip, and this is just a series that needs to die already.
So if you're wondering if Predator 2 was still the second best Predator movie to date, it is.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
I can't.
Anyway, so
as always...
Thanks for tuning in. Try and miss this movie. And if you don't like it, okay.